Tazza, One-Eyed Jack, is the third film of the Tazza film series. It's based off of a Korean manhwa. Now, I remember watching this film way back in the day in 2006. It was the second highest grossing film in Korea. Huge, ambitious hit. It's a very stylish gambling card movie in the same vein as those Hong Kong God of Gambler films and all of their offshoots. So they also made a sequel called Tazza, the Hidden Card 8 years later. I watched that one, but I don't remember much of the plot. I think that one's like has some of the characters from the first one. But the third film is completely different. This one's about Do Il-chul. He is a student who wants to become a civil servant, but he doesn't study because he has a skill with cards. He's really good at reading people's bluffs and faces. So he builds up a little bit of a nest egg, about 10 grand, when he's fleeced by a woman and her brutish man, and he loses everything. So he ends up getting himself into millions of dollars in debt, and he can't get out from under the thumb of certain loan sharks until a man shows up calling himself One Eye. He's one of the 3 legendary Tazza, which are like these amazing gamblers with huge reputations. And this man says, I'll take you under my wing and take your debt, pay it off, but you have to be mine now. So he's sort of a protege of One Eye. And then One Eye is actually planning a really large fleece of this gangster, low-level building gangster in Seoul. So he has a crew of 4. So he gets a femme fatale. Then there's Il-chul. He's going to be there. There's also a guy calls himself Feeler because he's a freakishly good dealer. And then they also have one more guy who's like a con swindler of sorts. So the four of them are going to work for One Eye to fleece a large gambler guy who has a lot of money, deep pockets, new money, and that's sort of the main plot. And then there's more twists thrown in there. It's divided into 5 chapters. It's a pretty ambitious film. You know, they introduce all these different elements. There's lots of character development, twists, some sexy editing, and then it's not as twisted or entertaining as the first film, but I'd say it's probably on par with the second film. It's not too intriguing in terms of twists or anything, but it has really good, well-developed characters and stakes, and you really get a feel for this sort of almost found family sort of trope of lovable misfits sort of getting together to do one big job and then taking on. It builds up the mythology really well too. So overall, it's a really enjoyable gambling crime drama flick. Pretty simple. I really enjoyed it. So I give Tazza One-Eyed Jack a 7 out of 10.